This girl wants to donate her kidney to a prisoner who appears in her dreams. The man really needs it. Despite being sick, she insists on giving him hers. Obviously her father is totally against it. He considers that a criminal does not deserve that kind of gift like that, and additionally he does not want his daughter to talk to that dangerous man. The girl knows that she is sent by God and finds a way to visit him every night. She wanted to have a nice friendship with everyone around her and especially with that man. However, time was slowly running out for both of them. Before starting, don't forget to subscribe and comment if you have a child as special as Lucy. One day a man wondered, who can say what is fair or not, because the good die young, but the bad live long lives. Many believe that there is a higher power aware of each of our thoughts, joys and sorrows. However, others believe that life ends in the grave, and that we all have a purpose in this world. However, some have a special gift, magic in their souls, which is reflected in their eyes and which brings joy to every heart close to them, and they always transmit faith and hope. Lucy is the granddaughter of a deceased man and is a person with magical gifts. One day Lucy was playing with her father, until she noticed the presence of her grandfather Jackson. Lucy tells her father that her grandfather is there. Upon hearing this, he said that he should remember that her grandfather had passed away during the summer. Lucy insisted and that she really saw him, but they came to think that she only said it because she missed him. Suddenly, the little girl began to cough, which is why her father took her inside the house, and inside he confirmed that she had a fever. As it was late, the parents agreed to take her to the doctor the next day. However, Lucy did not feel bad. She was just excited for Christmas to come and counted the days. A little later the father noticed that his daughter was drawing Jesus and someone else. Lucy explained that he was a sad man that she saw in her dreams and that he and Jesus would be her friends. The father kissed her and told her that this would make the man happy. When she left the room she felt a presence and it was her father, but she couldn't see him. The grandfather approached Lucy, where the girl told him that she was happy to see him, although she also mentioned that she didn't feel so well, which is why the grandfather said that she would come back later. Edgar was in the hospital, a convict who urgently needed a kidney or he would die. The man was already resigned. He believed that he was getting exactly what he deserved. The priest told him not to give up. He was almost finished with his sentence and advised him to read the Bible, because even if he didn't believe, God could do miracles, and besides, Jesus always forgave. When he left, a policeman named Luther made fun of Edgar and considered him a dead man. Lucy is already in the hospital and the doctor reported that the little girl had pneumonia, so he prescribed an antibiotic. He tells them that she was fine, but if she got worse she should return immediately. James called his mother. The woman, upon hearing that her granddaughter was seeing her deceased husband, said that perhaps it was true, and that children were very intuitive and especially her granddaughter. One afternoon, Edgar was transferred to the Central Hospital to be put on the waiting list for transplants, and when he saw the wheelchair he said that he would not sit down, but it was impossible. He could not even walk from the pain, so he had no choice but to sit down. Once inside, the priest left him the Bible, but as soon as everyone left, police officer Luther bothered him again. The only thing that comforted Edgar was a photo of his family. Meanwhile, the officers told the doctor not to worry, because the man could not move and they would keep an eye on him 24 hours a day. The doctor tells them that because he is a criminal, Edgar would not be a priority for a transplant. Lucy is at home and did not want to take her medicine. The grandfather tells her that James was the same. Lucy told her father and this shocked him and he told her not to make things up. The mother tried to feed her and the little girl was not hungry, but despite that she ate because the grandfather asked her to. As the days went by Lucy continued working on her book, especially illustrating the sad man of her dreams, while at night her father read the Bible to her. Unfortunately Lucy did not seem to improve. In fact every day her cough increased and the fever did not stop. The father prayed with his daughter, but she did not improve. One night she became very ill and they did not hesitate to return to the hospital. The doctor explained that the pneumonia did not stop and they needed to do new tests, including a blood test. The next day she seemed to be better. She even drew the sad man and she was sure that he needed their help. Lucy also mentioned to them that the grandfather was with her and that she knew that they did not believe her, but soon they will. The mother talks to the doctor, who tells her that although the girl looks better, her tests say the opposite and her pneumonia had worsened a lot and she had to have new tests done. Lucy is taken to her new room, and in the hallway she meets Edgar. She asks to stop and tells them that he was the sad man of her dreams. The father, upon seeing the photo, tells her that he is not, although the others thought that he does look a lot like him. Lucy's father was worried and spoke to the nurse. He was worried that a criminal was there, and he considered that someone like that should be in the prison hospital. The nurse informs him that Edgar needed a kidney, and in prison they did not have the necessary equipment, and that he should not worry. He was under 24-hour surveillance and was very sick and could barely move. Lucy is already in her room, and she is happily eating ice cream. Lucy was a sociable girl, and she introduced herself to the doctor, and then she asks her how old she is. So the woman revealed it to her. She was 45, and Lucy subtly told her that she was very old. Everyone laughs at the occurrences. The doctor was there because she wanted to talk to the parents alone. What happens is that after some studies they had discovered a bacterial infection, and it would be important to start another course of antibiotics as soon as possible. She did not want to worry them, but if the infection reached the bloodstream it could cause shock. That meant danger of death. The doctor wanted them to be aware of what was happening. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we see the bad cop arrive. He enters Edgar's room, where the first thing he did was to go in to bother the prisoner. Edgar immediately hid the photo of his family, but it was too late. The policeman had already seen the photo, and just out of malice he tore it up. This frustrated the prisoner too much. Parents pray with Lucy before going to sleep. The girl prayed for her health, although she also prayed for the sad man in her dreams. Within a few minutes, James fell fast asleep, but Lucy did not, and at the first opportunity she had, she ran away down the hall. She started by greeting a cleaning man named Bart. With her beautiful eyes, she looked at him and asked him imprudently why he was sad. The man told her that his wife had recently passed away, and the girl told him not to worry, that Jesus loved him, and she would draw him a picture. Then the grandfather asked her where she was going, and she told him that she was going to visit her friend. She clarified that he was not her friend yet, but he would be soon, and she asked him why he felt good when he was with her, and the grandfather told her that the angels gave special strength to those who believed and that everything would be fine. There, they make a plan for Lucy to enter Edgar's room, while he distracted the guard. The grandfather as an accomplice sounded the alarm and the emergency door, so Lucy entered the room introducing herself to Edgar, tells him her name and that she is 5 years old and is there because she had seen him in her dreams and Jesus had shown her his face. The man was upset and told her to leave. He did not want friends and did not believe in Jesus. But Jesus does believe in you, Lucy replied. She tells him that she is making a book and he is in it and that she will leave, but she will return tomorrow to read the Bible. While this was happening, the policeman argues with a nurse and claims that he had not opened the door. The nurse did not believe him, so the policeman returned to his place listening to Edgar speak. Without doubting he entered to see what was happening. Fortunately Lucy hid, and as soon as she could she left the place. The policeman saw that there was no one and called Edgar crazy. The man began to cry. He missed his family. The next day Lucy was happy. There were only 12 days left until Christmas. From one moment to the next she stopped breathing. The nurses began to stabilize her, and by the time the doctor arrived the bad moment had passed. The doctor explained that due to the bacteria her lungs were inflamed and that prevented enough oxygen from reaching the blood. That was why she was having trouble breathing, and reported that the tests showed no improvement, and that the antibiotics were not giving good results. Because of this they decided to give her stronger antibiotics. She hoped that would be enough. Until seeing good results, Lucy would use a respirator. In the hallway she meets Edgar, where the reckless girl asked what he had. Edgar told her that his kidneys were failing and he needed a new one. And where do you get one from, asked Lucy. The man tells her, you don't get it, someone has to give me one or I won't live for long. Upon hearing this, the girl asked her father if she had one. He tells her that she has two, and she firmly tells him that she will give one to Edgar. These words almost make Edgar cry. However, James interrupted and tells her that he couldn't give it to her, because she needed them. They take Edgar to his room and James tells his daughter that he didn't want her to talk to him again. It could be dangerous, but Lucy said that she liked him and had tattoos like him. James tells her that tattoos don't make you good or bad and that you don't know him. Lucy tenderly tells him that Jesus loves him, because they don't. The father tells her to just listen to him. In the bedroom, the mother was reading a book to Lucy, and she fell asleep before the girl. The grandfather arrived and it was time to visit his friend, and he reminded him that with him he was strong and did not need the respirator. He went out again greeting Bart, whom he asked if he saw his grandfather. The man was surprised because he did not see him. The little girl gave him the drawing that she owed him, a drawing of Jesus next to his wife, and told him not to worry, one day he will see her again. Then she entered Edgar's room. The policeman was entertained. This time the man had a different attitude. Lucy asked him who the ones in his photograph were. The man told her that they were his daughter and his wife, and he believed that they no longer loved him. Lucy advised him that perhaps he should ask for their forgiveness, and that many times that was all that was necessary. Lucy made the man smile, so Lucy asked him a question, "So are we friends?" "Maybe," Edgar answered, "but you shouldn't wander around. You're sick." So she explained to him that Grandpa was an angel and gave him strength, but for now they wouldn't talk about it. And she tells him that she was there to read the Bible. She wanted him to read the second book of Matthew, where it talks about the 3 wise men and the birth of Jesus. The man fulfilled Lucy's wish and read what she told him, until the little girl said that it was enough and she would come back the next day. Before leaving, Edgar said something to her. Lucy said, "Thank you," and the girl left. Before reaching the room, Lucy took the opportunity to meet a 70-year-old woman named Betty and asks her if she can see her grandfather. "Yes," the woman replied. "Yes, I can see him. Now go rest." Lucy returned to her room, says goodnight to Grandpa, and her grandmother witnessed the moment, and she doesn't know if she's crazy or Lucy was someone special. Days go by and Lucy continues her rounds. First she greets Bart, reads the Bible and talks to Edgar, and also fixes his photo. She also visits Betty and a new friend. Both of them also give her a drawing. Christmas Eve finally arrived and she felt very happy to see that Edgar's family was there, and of course Edgar was happy too. Just seeing her family made her cry. Lucy told her father that his prayers had been fruitful. In a mature way she tells him that she knew that he was the adult and she was the child, but that there were things that he did not understand and that he should not worry, that soon he will understand them, and she tells him that she loves him and will be with him forever. The father was confused, and was shocked when his daughter says that as a Christmas present she wanted to give one of her kidneys to Edgar. The doctor tells him that it could not be done that easily, and she needed her parents' permission. Lucy immediately asks her parents, and they tell her, "Why are you still doing the same thing?" and she answers that she does not want her friend Edgar to die. The grandmother asks if it was possible for a child's kidney to work in an adult. "Yes," the doctor answered, "it has been done successfully many times. In fact, Lucy has the same blood type as Edgar." The father told his daughter that he would think about it, but the grandfather knew what was about to happen. That night Lucy finally finished her book and it was for Edgar. Lucy did not feel well to go alone and asks her father for a favor to go deliver it. This time he was her accomplice. First they greeted Betty, then Bart, and with her little strength she wished him a Merry Christmas. Then she greeted the boy, and finally they arrived at Edgar's room. It was guarded by the police. He tells her not to worry, that her grandfather would sound the alarm, and everything happened as the girl said. The alarm sounded. The incredulous father took her to the prisoner, and Edgar told her that his daughter had changed his life. She had something special and he was very happy. Thanks to her his family forgave him. Lucy is happy and hugged Edgar and gave him the book that was for him. She told him that in the dreams Jesus had shown her that he was sad and she knew that she should help him, and now the book was completed. Edgar gratefully gives her a hug, and thanks her for her friendship. Lucy started to feel a little bad, and asked her father to take her to her room and that she wishes Edgar a Christmas present. When leaving, Lucy grabbed the keys from the policeman and gave them to Edgar, so that he could free his hands and feel better. She goes back to her room and felt very bad. The grandmother runs for the nurse. Meanwhile, Lucy asks the father to tell her a story. The father collapsed, told her the story of a wonderful girl, who had only brought joy to her parents, and the name of that girl was Lucy. The little girl told her father not to cry, everything would be okay, and she loved him. The father, crying, tells her that he loves her too. Edgar began to read the book that said, "I had a dream about a sad man. Jesus wanted to help him. One day I was playing, but I got sick. Jesus loves everyone. Jesus gave you his love, and I want to give you my kidney so you can be with your family. And now it's your turn to draw." Edgar couldn't hold back his tears, so as soon as it was light he broke free and started walking to see his friend. What he didn't imagine was that Lucy hadn't survived the night, as her friend had already left. At that moment, the father saw her in the hallway and started crying, so he went out and walked because he was going with the grandfather. The father asked him not to leave, but Lucy just said goodbye. The grandfather saw it and said that, things don't always go as planned, we don't always get what we believe, but we always get what we need. We are all connected to God's plan and it's wonderful. We just have to believe, have faith and accept His will. Lucy's heart stopped, but her other organs were healthy to save many lives, and obviously the kidney was transplanted to her friend Edgar. Her friend Lucy changed his life and saved him. With time he got out of prison and was already with his family, and every Christmas they read the book that Lucy gave him. Lucy's parents had another child, and they never forgot Lucy. Sometimes her brother could see her and the grandfather, James, already had faith and believed in his son and knew that soon they would be reunited with her. Don't forget that we all deserve a second chance, and with prayer and faith, everything is possible. Share this video, subscribe, comment and like it.